All right, everyone. John Deere has officially gone unwoke, another large company that has decided to scrap the DEI communistic bullshit. I would like to point something out that a lot of people don't know. John Deere was born in Rutland, Vermont. Yes, he was born a few miles away from where I am right now, which is hilarious. Like many Vermonters, he decided to leave the state in order to actually conduct commerce, because Vermont is not necessarily the greatest place to be if you want to do manufacturing. Or basically anything at this point, unless you hook up Fidium and you're making YouTube videos, apparently. Most Vermonters decide to move off when they're a little bit older. He went to Illinois to found his company, so just an interesting piece of history. Yes, John Deere, the most famous person born in Rutland, Vermont. I myself was born in New Hampshire. I'm competing with G.G. Allen and people like that in that respect. I just happen to reside here. I like it. Rutland is pretty cool. It's got its problems, but it's not as bad as people have told me when I was absent, in most ways, at least, generally speaking. What I would say is this. More and more companies are abandoning the DEI thing. They're not doing this out of any ideological constraint or construct. That's not the reason why they're doing this. They're doing it because of a pressure campaign. One that I happen to support because I don't support communism. I do support forcing companies to get rid of the DEI bullshit. Some of them just rebrand and they start calling it something different, like what was it? Google, I think it was, or Microsoft, one of those big tech firms, was changing the labeling with regards to that. And some U.S. military branches have done the same thing. It's no longer DEI. It's, the struggle sessions, basically, which is quite literally what they have in some of these companies. Trust me, I get news tips from all around the world. I've spoken with people in U.S. corporations that will vouch for the fact that they literally have struggle sessions. It's like being in Cambodia under Pol Pot or something like that. Well, you didn't really have struggle sessions there. There you just got pickaxed. Maybe Mao's China or something like that. You know, you ritualistically humiliate yourself like a primitive or something like that. And that still happens. Yeah, China's got an interesting system. Very corporatistic, by the way. I'm glad to see John Deere go unwoke. We've got a John Deere tractor. Works pretty well, actually. You can tow stuff around, you can mow your lawn, you can do all sorts of things. John Deere, they've got outlets all over Vermont still, by the way. It's ubiquitous when it comes to farming equipment and things like that, lawn care, and really great company. It's good to see them go unwoke. It's just another, it's like DEI has gone from a block of cheddar cheese to a block of Swiss cheese now. Well, it's still there, unfortunately, and it's still very much active, but there are holes beginning to appear in it, and it's good, a good thing overall, altogether. So congratulations to John Deere. There are some other companies that have done this lately. Others are going in the other direction, though. You also see some companies that are becoming more and more woke. Did you see the news the other day, for example? Budweiser. Its sales are still lagging. They're still falling, actually, because of the whole Mulvaney thing, which wasn't even a 10 out of 10 on the wokeness scale. It was basically just a really, really fucking big mistake and a very, very bad ad-making pitch. They did not read their target audience correctly. John Deere is. They realize, who are we selling fucking tractors and harvesters and shit to? Suburbanites who want to mow the lawn. Okay, so that's like, basically swing territory. So some of them like the wokeness, some of them don't like the wokeness. And then a bunch of farmers and rednecks and shit like that, people in rural America. That's our core audience. That's our core selling point. Maybe we don't want to become communists because I don't think it'll go over very well in hillbilly territory. They made the correct decision. And they did it very publicly. This was smart. What they did is very publicly decide not to do this. So this is actually like a pitch. Hey, buy our products. We're not woke. That's why they announced it. They didn't quietly retire it. They did it very publicly. That was probably a good decision. No, they just sold 1,000 more lawnmowers than they otherwise would have. That's some good money, by the way. They are a little bit expensive sometimes, depending on the model. But good product. It's good to see another corporation go unwoke. But keep in mind, it's not ideological. Adopting wokeness is also not ideological for many companies. I mean, if you're talking about like Salon or Vox or some rag outlet like that or something that's explicitly leftoid, yeah, it's ideological at that point. They openly embrace these things. A lot of corporations were more just cajoled into it. It's more like they were coerced. It's basically, hey, you can't get public investment unless you do X, Y, and Z. You have to make your company look like a pile of Skittles. So you need diversity. John Deere probably on that latter end, being effectively coerced into it for economic reasons. But DEI is beginning to die. DEI is beginning to DIE. Very, very interesting. There's a reason why the letters are just a little bit out of order there. Watching them go unwoke is a good thing. It's good for the country. Whenever any corporation divests itself from the diversity, equity, and inclusion communistic bullshit, it's always a good thing. That being said, always keep an eye on corporations that you're doing business with because they can change their mind at a snap moment because their entire thing is profit motive. Apparently, DEI investment became unprofitable because of lagging sales or something like that. And so they're like, well, our shareholders are beginning to bitch about this shit. We need to make that we need to make them ducats. I know what we'll do. Put out a presser and everything will be fine. You probably succeeded. Thank goodness. John Deere does make a good product, admittedly. That's about all. Peace out.